What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Should I Buy Blank? And in this episode, we're going to go over Shopify, do some basic research, do some technicals, dive into the fundamentals, look at the ownerships, look at the funds and the EPS, PE, all that good stuff. Plug it into our little handy dandy Excel sheet, and at the end, it's going to output whether this is going to be a pass or fail and whether it's something we're going to invest in. All right. Reminder, this Excel sheet is just, taking into consideration what things we're looking for and how many of that is kind of crossed off on the checklist before establishing a fail or a pass. No other formula, no other calculations going on behind the scenes. It's just a matter of we have a checklist. If most of these boxes are green, the outcome is a pass, and if most of them are red, the outcome is fail. All right, so with today, we're going to start with shop, obviously, and we're going to have our handy dandy MARKETSMITH in the background giving us all the information we need: EPS, management, funds, PE, market cap, all that stuff right at our fingertips, so we're able to access all this information. So the market cap that we're looking at here, it's right here available on MARKETSMITH as long as on this chart. As long as you're on the weekly, you'll be able to see this information. All right, so here we go. Market cap is 37.75 billion. So 37.75. There we go. Now shares we got right here is 1.128 billion. So we're gonna put that in here as well. 1.128. All right, perfect. We got all of that taken care of. Now we're looking at EPS. EPS was automatically given to us by this Excel sheet. Our PE is actually, you can figure it out right here. All right, PE is 147, a little bit high than what we're actually looking at here. All right, so the PE is 147. The return on equity, which can also be found right here, is 9%. All right, so we wanted this north of 10 actually. Okay, now we're going to dive into some of the financials, and to do that, we're going to use Yahoo Finance. All right, and for return on total debt and total assets, we're going to go to balance sheet because that's where we balance the two together. We're going to pop this over here. We're going to leave this right here. Perfect. So the total debt. All right. So what's debt? Debt is a liability. All right. So total liabilities is 2.206. We're going to plug that right here. Total assets is 13. We're going to plug that right there. And what do we get? We get a total debt to asset ratio for total debt and total asset of 6, which is great. That's something positive. Now, we want to see current debt and current assets. Okay, so we're going to go up here. We're going to see total current assets, which is 8539. We're going to plug that in here. We're going to look at total current liabilities, which is that right there. Perfect. So that's another positive right there. So current debt to asset ratio is a 12. It's a positive figure. Now, we're going to look at income statement. Okay, what do we need? We need operating income. All right, so the operating income for Shopify is actually at a loss here. Okay, and total revenue, we're looking at. Sorry, I'm using the trailing 3 months here. So let's use last December. So this is last year's information. So total operating income. I'm gonna put that right there, and total revenue. Perfect. So let's take a look. Here we go. Still a negative number. All right. Not a negative number, but we needed a 15 and higher in this category to consider it a positive thing. Now we want to see cash flow, right? That was the last thing that we had on our checklist. So cash flow, and we got to see whether cash flow is increasing or decreasing. So this is 2018, 2019, 20, and 21. So from 2018, at a free cash flow of minus 32,000, the next year we had positive 8,000. Okay, and the following year, drastic increase to 382, and 2021 coming in at 453,000. All right, so is cash flow increasing or decreasing? In this regard, cash flow is actually increasing. Now, let's take a look at what percentage is owned by management. And to do that, we're going to dive right back into MARKETSMITH again here, and we're going to see ownership right here to the left side, and management is right there. All right, so we can see that we have a 1% ownership by management. Now we want to see our fund ownerships increasing or decreasing in the last year. Okay, and what are we taking a look at here? We got to take a look at this section to the right. Now, what's happening here, as soon as you guys take a look at this, we can see from December 20 to December 2021, we had an increase, right? 1,700, 1,900, 2,000, 2,100. Coming into December 2021, we start seeing some deleveraging. Funds start taking taking shares off the table here. And that's exactly when you start seeing this price depreciation in the stock. So December 2021, you had 2,200. In the coming quarters, you're seeing funds kind of decrease here, and price is just dropping lower. Okay, so something to note, something to pay attention to, and to kind of answer this question here, are fund ownership increasing or decreasing? It's actually decreasing, right? So it's a negative for the Excel sheet here. So all this information is plugged in. Let's take a look. So we got all our values in, everything is correct. We can see the EPS is a problem, the PE is a problem, the return on equity is a problem, as well as the balance sheet. Okay, the income statement doesn't balance. It's not something that we're looking at. It does balance, however, we want something above 15%, right? So it's not hitting our trigger points. Fund ownership decreasing, other thing to know. So on this Excel sheet, it's giving us a fail. Okay, now you got to ask yourself a few other questions, right? What does the company do? Do you find value in it? How long have they been around? Based on the numbers here, Shopify is still kind of considered a company that could continue to grow, right? Now, based simply on the chart, you can see that looking at the daily level, there seems to be a solid support at this 30. So I actually started a long-term position on this at 31. I'm down a little bit here, not much, and that's okay because that was my first buy on this company. Now, to me, I find value in Shopify. Shopify has been something that I've made money with in the past. Shopify is something that a lot of people out there are using to make money with, and it just gives people a lot easier access to sell something online. And in this day and age with e-commerce and everything kind of blowing up, I think there's room for growth here, and I find value in it. At the end of the day, you have to find value in the stock that you want to invest in the long term. Okay, so my position on this is a 31, and we can take a look at other areas where I'll be looking to add. So 31 breaks, right? Where's the next area I want to be looking to add into this, right? Possibly somewhere here at around 14, 15, right? And this area would be something that I'd be looking to kind of add in around 14.50 or 17, right? And then after that, possibly look to cost average down towards this area right here, right? That's at 4. I mean, I really don't think it's going to get down there, but I would want to put most of my position here at around this, 17, 18, $14 area and see how this kind of pans out. Okay, I really don't think Shopify is going to drop down under $10 or $5, but you never know, and you should always have enough ammunition left just in case something does turn for the worst, right? You always want to be in a position to add to a company you find value in and understand that this is a long-term game and it's not something you want to flip. This isn't a swing trade. This isn't something you want to hold for a few months. It's something that you want to look back at when you're 65, 70 and retired, or in like 5 or 6 years if the stock has made significant move for you to take your profits. Okay, so although the Excel sheet has given us a fail on this one, I do personally find value in it, and I like the company. So therefore, I have already started a position on this one at 31. So that is this episode of Should I Invest? And in this regard, it was Shopify. Let me know what other stocks you want me to go over. We'll go over whatever you guys want. There's going to be a new video of this every week. We're going to be using MARKETSMITH. Love the charting they use, love the platform. And I think anyone who's trying to do some long-term research on funds, ownerships, everything else is all right here. And it gives us a great analysis on what the company is, what sectors it's on, and the number of funds and everything involved in it. All right, guys. So let me know what other stocks you want me to research, and I will be sure to do that. As always, thank you for watching. Go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.